This video is exclusively for PFA Marketing Associates in-house training purposes. Disclaimer, this is not approved for use in client presentations nor prospective recruitment.
Hello everybody, my name is Will Peravi and I've been with the company for the last 10 years. Today, I want to welcome you to Premier Financial Alliance, and obviously this opportunity changed my life, changed my family life, and a lot of people around me. And I really indeed believe the training I'm doing today is indeed the most important training when you get started with Premier Financial Alliance. Today I'm going to cover the system training, how our system works in details. Now obviously when you come to our company, immediately you need to identify two people that you need to be working very closely. The first one is, I call him a CFD, or Certified Field Trainer. That's the person who is indeed is responsible to train you in this business. And obviously you have to get to know your QFD, or Qualified Field Director, and that's actually the person who's going to be your director in this business. So you got to identify these two people and work with them very closely. Number one, I want to make sure I set the expectation right for every single one of you to come to this business. Look, this business is not an easy business. I truly believe if anyone tell you becoming successful, becoming wealthy is easy, I don't believe, I really believe they're lying to you. Becoming successful is not easy. This is a simple business. Now I'm going to tell you straightforward. A lot of people, when they join our company, they will die out of the business within the first month in this business. And I'm going to tell you why. I've been in the company for the last 10 years. And let me tell you why a lot of people, when they start this business, after 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, they die out of this business. Reason number one, they think this is an easy business. They got excited about the income potential and they thought they can come over here, do nothing, and what? Make all this money. It's impossible, right? Number two reason, unfortunately, it will only take you $125 to join our organization to start building your business. Now, why would I say unfortunately? Because as an entrepreneur perspective, if you treat any business, I don't care what kind of business you're running, if you treat any business as a $125 business, the first obstacle that you're gonna have on your way, guess what? You're gonna quit. Why? Because you only invested $125. It's not worth it for you to go try next time or a third time or fourth time. Especially if you still don't have that vision that where this opportunity can take you. So the good news is it's only taking you $125. But the bad news is if you're only treating this business as a $125 business, you're not going to be very successful. You're not going to go that far. Ladies and gentlemen, you're getting into the trillion-dollar industry. I hope you understand that. This is a huge industry. This is one of the highest paid profession in the United States, industry by itself. Not to mention, you're actually joining one of the best IMO in the whole entire United States to work with our company. So the first request that I have for every single one of you is when you join in this business, understand that this is your business. And do me a favor, actually do yourself a favor. Think of that instead of investing $125 that you join this business, think what if you would invest $125,000? Or what if you would invest $1 million? Would you then do or die to make sure this business become profitable for you? Or you become successful in this business? The answer is absolutely yes. And if you treat it that way, I guarantee you, you will become successful. You got to be completely coachable when you come to this business. What do you mean coachable? That means you got to be willing to build the PFA business based on a PFA system, not your system. I see a lot of people, they come to our company and they want to run the company, our company, our system, based on the experience that they have. If you do that, you're not going to become successful. We have our own system. It's just like McDonald's. When you own a franchise of McDonald's, it doesn't matter how successful you are as a chef. You own a McDonald's, you gotta run the McDonald's system. Not your version. McDonald's version. That's the bottom line. The same thing. When you come to PFA, I want you to kind of like forget about everything that you know. I want you to what? Learn the PFA system and do it on a PFA way. If you want to become successful, not your way. So I'm going to give you these kind of warnings, okay? I'm straightforward. When you're joining this company, there are two things that is super important for you to sit down with your trainer, your CFT trainer, and find out immediately. Within 24 hours, no later than 48 hours, one of the things you need to do to sit down with your trainer and understand the product and services that we offer to the client, at least understand the flagship product that we offer to our client thoroughly. And why is this so important? Because it's so simple. If I don't believe in what I do, I'm not going to do that business. So in order for you to be successful in Premier Financial Alliance, number one, you have to believe in what we do for people is indeed can benefit them, and you got to believe in it. So once you understand the product and services we provide for the client is actually good, the next step will be understanding the system inside and out. And today my job is to teach you exactly how the system works. And basically by the end of this presentation, you should be able to realize that how is it that in our company, by following the system, after the first month in this business, the client's supposed to look for you, not you looking for the client. Let me repeat that one more time. How is that possible after 1 month in our company? By following the system, the client eventually should be looking for you, not you go out there and cold call people and knock on people's door that you don't know to get clients. So with that all being said, let's go ahead and get started. Now, before I go to the main training, I want to kind of like give you a little bit psychology about what we do in here. Now, I'm sure everybody know Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki is a gentleman who is actually very successful, multimillionaire, but he has a lot of great books that needs to be read for people who wants to become a successful entrepreneur. And in one of his books, Robert is talking about this one, this quadrant, and he's talking about in this quadrant, there's an E, there's an S, there's a B, and there's a what? There's an I. Now, obviously, we all know E stands for employee, S stands for self-employed, B stands for business builders, and I stands for investors. Now, majority of people, they belong to this side of the quadrant, which is E and S. And most of the people, because of the tradition, because of the system, because of whatever reason, majority of people always, we go study hall, we go do what we gotta do to eventually find a high pay what? Job. Now, obviously, when you're working for somebody else, can you become wealthy? Can you become successful? The answer might be maybe yes, maybe no. But even if it's a yes, it's not going to be a short period of time. It can take someone 30, 40 years to pretty much go to the highest level of what they do. So obviously, a lot of people who are employee, they're comfortable with what they do, and they're pretty much okay with staying there. However, a lot of people who realize, maybe my dream is not to work for somebody else for the rest of my life. Usually, these people gravitate to become a what? Self-employed. So they believe, say, look, if I want to do it right, I'm going to do it on my own way. I'm going to be my own boss. I want to be my own servant. So usually, the problem with the S category is this. In order for these people to ultimately become successful, instead of working 40 hours a week, these people really have to work about 70, 80 hours a week. And one of the big problems that exists in the S category, which is a self-employed, which can be a lot of different professions, like a lot of different restaurant owners, a lot of different contractors, a lot of different doctors or engineers that they're working for themselves, is majority of people, unfortunately, for a long period of time, if they stop working, their income can stop. And then it comes to the B category. These are the richest people in the world. These are like all the CEO of the huge companies that they realize that in order for me to become wealthy, in order for me to become financially successful, I realize one thing, that 1% of 1,000 people or 1% of 100 people is always better than the 100% of myself. Therefore, the business builders are the people who building the business, creating that huge network. That within that network, you have a lot of people working with them or working for them. So therefore, they understand the secret. The secret is not that I keep working, and the minute I stop working, my income stops. They create this huge network that their income is no longer depend on themselves. So And ultimately, when you become so successful in the B category, now you let the money work for you. Now, why would I even share this with you before I start my main fast track training? The reason I'm sharing this with you, because when you come to Premier Financial Alliance, definitely, obviously, we're providing great financial product for our clients, which you're going to learn. But however, if you just focus on the product, even though these products are unique, even though these products are really helping a lot of people today, but if you just focus on promoting the product, your income is going to be only by the time you're selling the product. So you're going to be in this category. So if the minute you stop working, the minute you stop selling, your income what? Can stop. The reason I love PFA, the reason I'm joining this company is because in PFA, with such a small amount of investment, it allowed me to be in the B category, because from day number one when you join in our company, you have the ability to recruit, to train others. You join in PFA because you want to build a business, not just because you want to keep selling the product for the rest of your life. Therefore, the training I'm providing today for you is focused on how to build a business successfully. Now, guess what? If you want to build a business, what do you need? What are the raw materials? You need people. You're building a business with what? People. So with that all being said, let me share with you some terminologies that you need to be familiar with when you start this business. Now, obviously, when we say recruit, by the way, excuse my handwriting, I'm supposed to become a doctor, but you know what? Along the way, it changed. So what does a recruit mean? A recruit is someone who actually paid $125 and they joined the business. Also, another name for a recruit will be a trainee. And a trainee is a person who needs to be trained. So when someone joins our company, immediately we assign them to a CFT trainer. And again, the CFT stands for what? Certified Field Trainer. So when you be assigned to a CFT trainer, either you need to finish 3 training cells equal to 9,000 points minimum, or 5 training cells equal to 15,000 points. Now, number one, what is a training cells? Training cells is when you join the company, you setting up an appointment with your trainer, with the people that you know. So your trainer can explain to them about the product and services that we have. And let's say they're interested to purchase the product, that will consider as your what? First training cells. Now, what does the points mean? Now, the points depend on what kind of policy the client is purchasing. Usually, if they're purchasing a life insurance product, is usually the monthly premium multiplied by 12 months, annual target premium. So for instance, if somebody put in $250 a month into their policy, you multiply it usually by 12 months, and that will be equal to 3,000 points. If somebody put in $500 a month times 12 is 6,000 points. That's on the life insurance side. And of course, a big portion of our business also coming from when people have a big lump sum money somewhere, either into the 401k or somewhere else, that they want to roll it over to our index annuity products. And that's where you get the big lump sum money. Let's say I'm rolling over $100,000 from a 401k to our index annuity, and usually the points will be calculated approximately about 7% of the total amount that we are rolling over. So if I'm rolling over $100,000, what is 7% of 100,000? 7,000 points. If I'm rolling over 200,000, 14,000 points. So that's how you calculate the points. So when you join the business, your responsibility, even before you get your license, is to finish either 3 training cells, 9,000 points, or 5 training cells, 15,000 points. Now, why would I say either 3 or 5? I'm going to share with you later on why 3 or why 5. So it got to be minimum 3, minimum 9,000, or it got to be minimum 5, minimum 15,000 points. So why would you need to finish training cells with your trainer even before you get your license? Now, by finishing the training cells, even you might not get paid immediately because you're not licensed, you're getting 4 big advantage. Number one, the first advantage you get is knowledge and experience from your trainer. Because if you go out with your trainer in a real field and you watch your trainer how to close a deal from A to Z, you watch him 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, pretty much now you can duplicate how to close a sale. So you're learning what? Knowledge and experience. And in a lot of cases, when you're setting up an appointment with the people that you already know, and let's say you're not in that industry. Let's say, for instance, let's say I'm in the mortgage industry. So people who knows me, they trust me that I'm good in closing their mortgages. But they may not trusting me to closing their financial services or life insurance policies or retirement planning. Therefore, when I bring a trainer with me to that appointment, I'm adding the believability factor to this table. So you're gaining what? Knowledge and experience. That's the first thing that the trainee will accomplish by finishing the what? Training sales. Now, what is the second thing that the trainee will gain? Obviously, of course, we do have a reimbursement program that by the time you finish your training.
For reimbursement requirements, please consult the appendix section of your Fast Track packet, the new Associate Training Program reimbursement PDF found on the website, or your assigned certified field trainer.
Now, the third thing that you're going to gain by finishing your training sales is obviously something I'm going to explain in the next 5 to 10 minutes is getting promoted to the what? Next level, which we're going to talk about is very, very important. And most important reason that anyone who come to our company needs to finish our training sales, needs to finish the training sales program is actually how our system works. It is called the power of exchange. Now, what is exactly what that means? Well, think about this for 1 second. Today, if you join this company and you're a trainee, you are assigned to a CFT trainer. And in order for you to finish your training sales, you need to finish anything between 3 to 5 training sales with your trainer. With your trainer got paid on it. But simultaneously, you're in this company to build your business. So you're going to leverage your trainer, you're going to leverage your KFT, you're going to leverage the whole company across the United States. Therefore, we can help you to build your business for you by what? Recruiting. So let's keep it simple right now. Let's fast forward a month or 2 months or 3 months from now. So the goal is ultimately you also can become a what? CFT or certified field trainer. Therefore, you can train others. So let me put it into perspective for you. If today you're finishing 5 training sales with your CFT, what do you think is going to happen in future when you are CFT and you have, let's say, 5 new recruits that they need to finish their training sales? Therefore, each single one of these recruits have to finish anything between 3 to 5 training sales with you, with the people that what? They know. Now, do you understand the power? Yes, you gave up 1 time 3 to 5 training sales, but the point is in return, you're getting infinity training sales depending on how many recruits come to your organization. So think about this for 1 second. If I'm focusing on running the system, which is what? Recruiting and building. Have I ever have to look for the client after the first month in this business? The answer is no, because I always have enough recruits that each one of these recruits have to finish training sales. Therefore, I'm always in front of people that I never knew before. But because the trainee set up those appointments, therefore, when I sit down with the new client, when I sit down with a potential client, guess what? I bring the believability factor into the table. The potential client is actually the potential client, but ultimately the potential client will buy the policy because I can explain pretty good because I believe the believability factor, but ultimately they buy the policy because the trust factor, which is the trainee sitting in the same table. And that's where a sale can take in place very, 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 very comfortably and very simply. So understand the system. Give up 1 time, but in return you gain what? So many. And that's actually the key to success. Unfortunately, let me share with you very importantly here something personal, because at the beginning when I joined this business, I did not see this simple concept. All I was thinking, I want to go get my license first right away, and after getting my license, I want to sell to all the people that I know let alone I never pay attention that if I think this way, that every recruit that I bring on board, if they want to think this way, nobody finishing any training cells. Remember, the secret to success is what? Give away first, so you will receive so many in future. Now that you understand the power exchange, let me kind of like summarize with you what is happening in here. So when you start with our company, pretty much you will be the what? Trainee, or I call it a recruit. So as a trainee, you'll be assigned to a CFT, trainer. Once you finish your training cells, you will become an FTR, which stands for Field Trained Recruit, a recruit who went to the field and got trained. Simultaneously, when you're finishing your training cells, what else do you want to do? Of course, you want to get your license simultaneously. So when you get your license, you become a what? LFTR, which stands for Licensed Field Trained Recruit. When somebody gets into this position with our company, now they have two ways to make money with our company. Number one, they can stay as an LFTR and actually get paid as a referral. We do have people in our organization that when they finish their training cells and get their license, they still don't see themselves of a capability to go out and promote the product to the client. They still don't see themselves a capability to actually build their organization. Can they make money? The answer is yes. These people, once they get to the LFTR, they can leverage a CFT to build their business. But let's, for instance, if an LFTR asking me to go close a deal as a CFT, and I go close a deal, now because this referral came from my LFTR, I have to split the points with my LFTR. So for instance, let's say if I'm closing a deal $500 and times 12 is 6,000 what? Points. But because my LFTR referred this client to me, I would get 3,000 points and my referral agent would get what? 3,000 points. Or an LFTR can become a what? CFT themselves, which is stand for Certified Field Trainer. Now, how can I become a CFT? Once you get into this position, obviously, those training cells that you finish with your CFT has been conducted by who? Your trainer. Now, in order for you to become a Certified Field Trainer, you need to finish something else. I call it 3 supervised cells now. Now that means you're still going to appointments with a certified field trainer of your choice, but at this point you're licensed. So the person who's conducting the presentation, it will be you. So you finish 3 supervised cells with the presence of a CFT of your choice. Pretty much we can tell that, oh, now you're good, you can close the deal. But ultimately there's a online course that has been created. We have been created this online course. There's not exactly a official exam for it that you have to pass by the state, but pretty much some study material that you need to be knowledgeable about the product and services, and ultimately you become a what? CFT. Now, let me go ahead and talk about right now about the promotion, which is how to get promoted to the next level, which is indeed very important. Now, when every single one of us joining the company, assuming we have no background in the financial services, assuming we're coming to this business as a rookie, we start as a career associate, which is a 30%. Then the next level is a field associate, which is 45%. Then is a senior associate, which is 55%. Then is a provisional field director, which is 60%. Then is a qualified field director, which is the director level here, 70%. And the personal contract level will go all the way up to what? 83%. Now, our concern within the first month will be how to get you from what? Career associate to either the field associate or senior associate. So forget about the rest at this point. So the question is, how can you get promoted to the next level, which I'm going to explain it right now. Now, there are 3 ways, ladies and gentlemen, for you to get promoted to the next level. I'm going to explain all the 3 ways, but the only way that I need every single one of you to focus when you're joining this company will be the 3rd option. I'm explaining you the first option and the second option, so you'll be able to what? Compare, to have something to have a contrast. So there are 3 ways to get promoted in our company. Number 1 is called regular promotion guideline. Number 2 is called fast track. And number 3 is called super fast track. Now, obviously, when you join PFA, the regular promotion guideline is your right. Because when you join in, how you get from 30% to 45% is as long as you cumulatively close 25,000 points in your whole entire organization. And you have 3 licensed field trained recruit, that's where you go to 45%. There is no time limit. It can take someone as long as they want to. And once they get this two qualification, they can go to what? 45%. To get to 55%, the total cumulative point have to come up to 50,000 points, and total of LFTR have to be 5 LFTR to go to 55%. So again, that's pretty good actually, but forget about this. Why? Because what I want you to focus is to get into the fast promotion. There is a promotion called fast track, or another name for the fast track is called 331. 30. That means when you join in the business, you got 30 days, which your CFT will let you know exactly when your 30 days will be started. So within this 30 days, if you can get 3 personal recruit, that means 3 people directly pay the 125 to join the business under you, and you finish the 3 training cells that I mentioned to you at the beginning, minimum of 9,000 points with your trainer within the first 30 days. Therefore, you lock your promotion to what? 45% contract level. So therefore, when you get your license, you're already starting as a what? 45% contract level. So which one is easier? 3 personal recruit or 3 LFTR? Definitely 3 personal recruit. 3 training cells, 9,000 points, or total of 25,000 points. What 3 training cells, 9,000 points? That's why there's a sense of what? Urgency. So now, I explained to you about regular, I explained to you about fast track. Forget about both of them. The only thing that you want to shoot for, the only thing you want to focus on is only the what? 5-5-30. That means within the same 30 days, if this is you, instead of 3 personal recruit, I want you to focus to get what? 5 personal recruit. So you do 2 more. Instead of 3 training cells, I want you to focus to do 5 training cells, minimum of what? 15,000 points. Because if you do that, now you lock your promotion to what? To the 55% contract level. Therefore, when you get your license, you start at 55%. Now, which one is easier? 5 training cells, 15,000 points, or total of 50,000 points? Of course, training 15,000 points. 5 personal recruit or 5 LTR? Of course, 5 personal recruit. And that's why there's a what? Sense of urgency. That's why at the beginning of my presentation, ladies and gentlemen, I mentioned to you, yes, you can finish only 3 training cells. You'll be done by your training cells. But you don't want to focus on 3 training cells, 9,000 points. You want to focus on 5 training cells, what? 15,000 points, because that will lead you to get promoted to 55%. But one more time, I want to let you know, the training cells will be done by 3 training cells, no matter if you go to regular track, fast track, and super fast track, as long as it's equal to 9,000 points. But one more time, focus on 5-5-30. Now, let me tell you why is it so important to focus on your 5-5-30 when you join the business within the first 30 days. As a matter of fact, if I'm you, forget about 30 days. Give yourself only 1 week or maximum 2 weeks to hit this one, to hit this promotion. Why? I'm going to share with you why. Why is very simple. Because when you join, when you get your license, think about this for 1 second, and you go out there and you're closing a regular sale. By the way, $250 per month is such a regular sales in this area. As a matter of fact, our average sales is anything between $500 or above per month. But let's stay conservative. Let's say about $250 per month, right? If someone putting $250 per month into the policy times 12 months equal what? To 3,000, and that's points. So guess what? If you stay at the 30% contract level, well, you're making $900 in that transaction, which is not bad, because it's going to take you only about maybe an hour to close a deal like this. But it could be better if you got promoted to 45%. So in the same transaction, you could be making what? $1,350. Or it could be much better if you were the 55% contract level. That could be about what? $1,650. So you're getting my point. Within the same time frame that you spending with your client, you're almost doubling what you can get paid. This is only on a what? Personal side. Keep in mind, I'm not going to even right now at this point talking about the overrides and everything. So I'm going to keep it very, very simple for you guys. But later on when you go to the PFA business, you realize that actually the personal contract level is not the way that you're making most of your money. There's override. There are like about 8 different ways that we get paid in this company, which again, step by step, you're gonna understand those different ways. But just to make it simple, just as in the personal contract level, you want to make sure you get yourself to the 55%. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, one more time I want to share with you. When you're joining this business, the license is not your priority. The promotion is your priority. See, indeed, the first month, if you can do both, which means get your promotion and get your license at the same time in the first month, that would be ideal. But what if you cannot do both at the same time? Do you want to focus on the license first, or do you want to focus on the promotion first? And the answer will be the priority go 1000% to the promotion first. Because if you focus on license and miss your promotion, even you have your license, you're starting at what? 30%. But let's say if you hit your promotion, but you miss your license the first month. So at least you're locking your promotion to 55% contract level. So even if you get your license next month, you're starting at what? 55%. So I want to make sure you are very clear about what I share with you, that why promotion is 1,000 times more important than the license within the first month. But again, if you can do both together, by all means, it's the best case scenario. Now, there are 8 things I'm asking you to do if you want to become successful in this business. You cannot pick and choose which one you want to do if you really want to get to that highest level. Number 1, obviously get associated with all our social media, the group me in your team to be connected what is happening, of course, in the company. The second thing I would like to ask you to do is obviously get an account with a SEAL team training. If you ask your trainer about the SEAL team training, they will let you know exactly what it is. You do need to get another separate account. It's a different account than pfaonline.com, which teaches you a lot of product knowledge, a lot of information. That's the second thing you need to do. The third thing you need to do is obviously understand how to work on your licensing. Ask your certified field trainer what are the things you need to do to actually get your license. What are the available trainings around your area that you need to attend? I tell you one thing, for sure when you join in this business, at least minimum twice a week, you have to go to a training that I call it advanced training. If you already have a hub, that means if you already have an office in the location that you're living, at least twice a week you need to attend the advanced training and get advanced training. And the rest of the time, the good thing is this is your business. Based on your flexibility, your training flexibility, you can meet up with them and finish your training program, whatever you got to do. But at least twice a week, you need to go to the advanced training if you do have a hub, if you do have a actual office in the location that you, pretty much in the area that you're living. And the third thing you need to do is definitely within 24 hours from watching this video, contact your CFT, contact your certified field trainer, sit down with them, understand the product inside and out. And I'm telling you, the first person who needs to own the product, it should be you. Now, why is it important? Is it mandatory? There's nothing mandatory in this company. It's your business. But it is mandatory to me. Why is it mandatory to me? Because if I want to do this business, I got to believe in what I do. So guess who was my first client when I joined this business? Of course it was me. I'm not going to go talk to other people about protecting their family if I don't believe in protecting my family. I'm not going to go talk to people about what? Saving for your future when I don't believe in the saving. So guess what? You have to believe in what you preach. So it's very, very important. The first client was me. And the great news about our company, when you own your own product, it actually counts as your what? First training sales. Now think about this. If you have a direct recruit and they're open the policy, that counts one for them, and since they're direct to you, their policy will count also one training sales for what? For you. So ladies and gentlemen, it is absolutely important to own your own product first, unless health-wise you're not qualified for getting the product. So it's very, very, very critical and important. So understand the product thoroughly. I do business very simply. If I don't believe this product is good for me, if I don't believe in good for my mom, if I don't believe in good for my sister, for my brother, if I believe, I'm not going to continue with the business. But if I believe this product is good, guess what? The immediate family that I care the most will be the one who's going to get the product immediately. Immediately. Because there are no other people that I care more than what? The people I love. And I love that business. I love this business. I love this product. So therefore, they will be the first people after me who own the product. So that's number one. Number two, number four, after you own the product, that means you're a believer. Sit down with your trainer again, and you need to have a copy of something that I call it the prospect list. And the prospect list is your fortune list. Prospect list is the list of people that you already know. So when you're meeting out with your CFT trainer, you need to have this copy of the prospect list with the top 50 names, top 50 people that you already know. So therefore, you can sit with your trainer and strategize with them how you're going to hit your 5-5-30 leveraging your prospect list. One thing I just want to share with you, when you're creating your prospect list, make sure to kind of like be selective about who you're putting in the prospect list. You don't want to put everything that it moves around you to put in the prospect list. One of the main qualifications of a good prospect list, if age-wise they're over 25 and up, it's even better because they've been around more. If they're married, it's even better because they understand what responsibility means. If they have kids, it's even better because they understand what liability is. If they own a house, they understand what liability. If they have kids, they understand what the accountability. So these are kind of like preference top 50 prospect list, and more important than anything else, make sure the people you're putting in your prospect list, they already have a stable job or stable income, stable business, that they have income already coming to them. Because this is not a quick scam-rich business. Understand that, okay? If someone really looking for a job because they need that immediate money right now, right away, this opportunity might not be the right timing for them yet. So understand that. So focus on people who already have a stable job, a stable business, and meet out with your CFT trainer, strategize with them how you're gonna hit your 5-5-30 using the prospect list, and that's number 4. Number 5, as I mentioned to you, start your processing for getting your license, get your license. And number 6, attend all available training which your certified field trainer will let you know. And number 7 is certain marketing materials that you need in this business to get you to the next level. So ask your certified field trainer what are those marketing materials. And lastly, but surely not least, every year we have about 2 to 3 annual convention or summit in different part of the country, which everyone from our company from all around the United States get together for about 3 to 4 days jam-packed training, and those are the most important part of our business. So find out when will be the next one that we're going to have as an annual convention or summit, and definitely attend this one. I guarantee you one thing, if you follow everything that I share with you so far, your possibility of becoming ultra successful in our company is the sky's the limit, ladies and gentlemen. You can become ultra successful as long as you follow the thing that I share with you. Now, I hope this presentation adds some value to you. Follow the system, get on here with the certified field trainer, and I will see you at the top. Thank you.
This video is exclusively for PFA Marketing Associates in-house training purposes. Disclaimer: this is not approved for use in client presentations nor prospective recruitment.